Ask Reddit by deleted. If there was one thing you would ban, what would you ban? Money in politics. Government service is supposed to be a service. You shouldn't get rich doing it. If you make a list of all the problems facing Americans right now, I'd wager most would be solved if our politicians cared about their constituency rather than the small percentage that keep them in power. Ads on everything. Ads are the largest source of misinformation and our mess of bad knowledge on everything from science to health. Removing ads would change society for the better in short time. Child beauty pageants or anything where parents use their children for financial gains. Well, I, as a parent of proud chimney sweep children, feel attacked. Drug commercials. There's no reason to be pushing prescription drugs on television or any media platform. I grew up watching basic channels in the 90s. Stopped watching TV for over a decade. While on vacation we decided to watch game shows before bed. Most of the commercials were drug commercials. I'm sure people have grown accustomed to it over time, but it was a shock for me. It's really strange. For-profit prisons. The whole reason private prisons exist. And in some states they find states that don't keep them filled up to a certain point, incentivizing those states to pass harsher punishment laws whose purpose is anything but rehabilitation. Also, let's not forget that prison labor is constitutionally permitted slavery. Bills that anyone that graduated high school couldn't read in an hour's time. These multi-page omnibuses that politicians grandstand by pulling printed copies in a wagon. Banned. Any bill that addresses more than one thing. Example, can't have a bill addresses cat rights and slip in a thing about dogs. 2 separate bills about cat and dog rights. A requirement that amendments to bills be relevant to the original bill would solve a lot of the problems in how the US legislative system works. I'm a pretty libertarian guy. However, if I ruled the world, the people who make fake transparent PNGs for Google results would go straight to the camps. Best answer. Pharmaceutical commercials on TV. The fact that the US is one of only 2 countries on the planet that allow them says a lot. Politicians trading stocks. And lobbying. If you attempted to lobby a politician as a corporate representative, you go to prison. I don't give a fuck. I would ban political profiteering. Political figures would receive no more than the national middle class hourly wage, meaning if you don't work, you don't get paid. All campaign contributions would go into a national pool to be divided amongst all candidates of all parties, and lobbyists would be prohibited completely. Lobbying. Mosquitoes. Child beauty pageants. Cringe influencers. The world needs clowns. They're the perfect example of what not to be. Daylight savings time. It's messed up my sleeping this week. I was pretty unbothered by daylight savings, then I had kids, and now the whole concept throws me into a murderous rage. Lobbying. Religious influence on politics. I don't want to ban religion because I don't care what you want to do in your spare time, but do not push that nonsense on everyone else. Freedom of religion should include freedom from religion. The engagement algorithm. That's a good one. That's also the reason I landed here. I am currently working out, at least that what I sold be doing. Thank you. Heating up stinky fish in a workplace microwave. I would ban number 3 from all dices. There would just be one blank side, and if you get that, tough shit. I disagree. It would ruin all the odds in Settlers of Catan. Also, dice is already plural. You don't need an S. I'd ban socks that disappear in the laundry. It's time to end the tyranny of the missing sock. Sockgate. Senility in elected officials. Nah. Just a max age. We have a minimum age, so cap that shit across the board at 67 or something close. I'm sure this won't be popular, but I would ban anyone under the age of 18 from using any type of social media. It's just not great for their mental health. Also, under 18 children from appearing in any type of social media. Political parties or alliances in governments. Slipping things into a bill that are unrelated to the spirit of the bill in order to get things passed in a roundabout way. Politicians owning individual stocks. Holding on to political positions when you're unable to properly perform your duties because of medical conditions. Not taking no for an answer when trying to pass a bill or trying to get a political candidate into a position. Politically scapegoating issues onto a prime minister or president when the issues clearly lay elsewhere. Along with all of this, I'd ban life terms for anyone in a position of power. Short-term rentals like Airbnb would put a bunch of houses and apartments back on the market for people to actually live in. While you're at it, also regulate rentals, how many properties or buildings one person can own and rent out.